What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tropical Habs back here today with my black eye for another video. Today we're here to talk about Josh Anderson again. We talked about him yesterday. I've talked about the possibility of the Montreal Canadiens sending him to the Winnipeg Jets this summer at the draft, or a couple of weeks before the draft, with the Florida Panthers pick to acquire Pierre Luc Dubois, or make a package to acquire Pierre Luc Dubois. Well, Eric Engels dropped a bomb this morning, and he said that the Canadiens could see Josh Anderson as a bargaining chip to acquire Pierre Luc Dubois this summer. And that's exactly what I said in my latest video talking about the Anderson situation yesterday. I said that the two most likely possibilities for him was to get traded to the New Jersey Devils for a big prospect or a draft pick, or for the Canadiens to hold on him until the end of the season and try to package him for Pierre Luc Dubois this summer. Yes, the Canadiens will be most likely to sign Pierre Luc Dubois in the future as a UFA, but how long would it take? Yes, he still has 1 year of restricted free agency, at least 1 year, but that is only if a team decides to sign him for 1 year, and no decently minded team will sign the guy for 1 year so that they can lose him for practically nothing. That's just a useless move. So the Winnipeg Jets are really unlikely to sign him to a 1 year deal. And even if they trade him to somewhere else, the other team is still really unlikely to sign him to a 1 year deal and you lose him via free agency, because he said it multiple times that his objective is to become a Montreal Canadiens. So the Habs are really most likely to make it happen. Apparently, they were trying to make it happen his last year draft. Pierre Luc Dubois was at the Bell Center. He was expected to become a Montreal Canadiens. There was some talk between his agent and Kent Hughes, and apparently that's what he wanted. It did not happen because they weren't able to make out an agreement for a trade with the Winnipeg Jets. But with Josh Anderson, it could be a possibility. No, it's not going to happen at the trade deadline, that's for sure, because the Winnipeg Jets are in a good run right now. They could be a really good team that could go deep in the playoffs. They were linked to Jonathan Toews and Max Domi, so if they can add those two players on top of what they already have, they could be a really competitive team in the playoffs and maybe contend for a Stanley Cup. Hellebuck is having a heck of a season. Josh Morrissey is making a jump. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Shifley, Wheeler, all of those guys, Healers, Connor are still there. So yeah, they could be a competitive team for the playoffs, and it's really unlikely that it's going to happen. Yes, Josh Anderson could help them go deep in the playoffs, but that's in addition of keeping Pierre-Luc Dubois, so that's not going to happen, that's for sure. So yeah, it's really likely that the Canadiens would hold on Josh Anderson. I already was thinking about it over the last couple of weeks, but with the informations we got coming from Eric Engels this morning, this is what's most likely to happen for me, in my opinion. The only thing that could change it is if they get an offer at the trade deadline that they can't say no to. But I strongly doubt it will happen. Apparently, they already refused a lot of offers for Josh Anderson, including prospect and first-round picks in the 2023 NHL 3 draft. So if they said no to that, it's because they have a plan in their back of their head, and that is most likely to acquire Pierre-Luc Dubois this summer. So yeah, in my opinion, personally, I think that it's going to be this summer that Pierre-Luc Dubois will become a Montreal Canadiens. They will trade Anderson for him, and they will sign him to a long-term contract when he will become officially a Habs. So yeah, Pierre-Luc Dubois is an amazing player, 30-goal scorer, can play on the wing, can play at the center position, could be a nice addition to the core that we already have. And yeah, he's definitely a better player overall than Josh Anderson. So if they can get him for a decent price, Josh Anderson, maybe a prospect, maybe a draft pick for Pierre-Luc Dubois one-on-one, because the Winnipeg Jets will end up losing Pierre-Luc Dubois for nothing anyways at some point. It's unlikely that Pierre-Luc Dubois will hit free agency after next summer, but yeah, still is an option for the Habs to wait until he becomes a UFA. But I think that personally, if they do that, it's going to be 3, 4, even 5 years before he hits free agency. So if they want him fast, the best scenario, the best thing to do is to make a trade happen, and to use Josh Anderson as a trade bait is really good, a really good option in my opinion. No, a lot of you guys don't want Pierre-Luc Dubois because of his past. He got into some troubles with the Screaming Eagles in the QMJHL. Got into some troubles with the the Columbus Blue Jackets got into some kind of the same thing with the Winnipeg Jets, but I think he matured a lot. He looks more and more like a mature player. He's getting older. I think he's 25 now, almost 26, so we're going to get him at his prime, and that's really, really big for the Canadiens. They could be contending for a playoff spot sooner than we expected with all those moves when it's going to happen. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this. Would you guys do it? Would you guys trade Josh Anderson for Pierre Luc Dubois this summer? I think it's the most likely scenario right now, but it all depends on what type of offers they're going to get for Josh Anderson over the next couple of weeks and at the trade deadline. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy Tropical Habs, and I'll see y'all later today for another video. Have a nice rest of your day, and bye-bye.